2021, another year for us, another set of reviews. First car on the block, Nissan Magnite. What's it like to drive? We'll be giving you a first drive review. We have the CVT and the manual, both turbo petrol, a fresh new car in the hot segment. We'll be letting you know everything from the drive and how it performs, so stay tuned to Auto Goa. So we're driving the Nissan Magnite, and as we said, it gets a 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine with 100 PS and 160 Nm of torque. Right now we are driving the 5-speed manual, and it also gets a CVT. We'll drive that later. The 5-speed manual with the 3-cylinder engine, it's quite smooth, and gear shifts are very seamless. You can shift gears with ease. Clutch is very easy and soft, so you can shift gears quite easily. Though it has a bit of a rubbery effect, it's not too much of a bother. 5-speed manual is very slick and easy to shift. I'm quite impressed by the way the gearbox behaves, and it's mated by the 3-cylinder engine. It has an amazing amount of pickup. As you see, if you're on the highway, you get up to triple-digit speed, a lot of ease, so you can really gun it down. That was me pushing the car in second gear, and it revved all the way up to 6,500 RPM, which is quite good if you need to make a quick overtake. And I guess a 0 to 100 time also should come quick in this car as well. What's a bit of a downer here though is the steering. It just feels a little too lifeless, and if you're going around corners, you need to really be careful because you don't really get that aspiring confidence on it. But the light setup when you're driving in the city makes for an easy drive, so you can lane change, twirling in and out of corners is quite easy. Compact size of the Magnite allows for easy maneuverability, so when you're getting in and out of tight parking spaces, it's quite easy. The brakes are harder and are very sharp, so coming to a halt from triple-digit speed is quite easy. Using the cruise control, it works quite well. So you got to press a button and set it, and then the car surges forward peacefully. And this can be again best used on the highways. In the city, it doesn't really make sense because you have a lot of traffic coming in. What's nicer, you have a button to increase and decrease your speed, so if you want to go faster, just press a button and the speed increases. It's nice when you're really driving long distance and you want to take your foot off the pedal, you want some rest. And since this is auto, you're not using the clutch, so your left leg is also relaxed. Talking about the clutch, you have a nice dead pedal here, which is a very nice thing. So your left leg is resting peacefully while on the drive. So it's the same 3-cylinder turbo petrol engine with 100 PS and 2 Nm of torque. And the overall feel here in the auto is quite different. You got the normal CVT kind of feeling, so the rubber band effect is there. At low drive, the car it pulls quite cleanly and it's smooth, and the gearbox responds quite well to your inputs. Getting up to triple-digit speeds build up in a slow manner is quite long, and it's only when you really wanna get the car going, you wanna really make that quick overtake and punch it, that's when you feel the car takes too long to respond. Going uphill, the gearbox does rev higher, so you can hear a lot of noise inside the cabin because of the need for additional power, but otherwise the drive is pretty okay. Driving the Magnite CVT in city speeds, it's quite good. The gearbox response, it does make a lot of noise, and you have the rubber band effect, which is evident in all CVT gearboxes. But Nissan's Xtronic CVT, however, controls the overall noise a lot quite better. I remember when I drove the city last, it made a lot of noise. Really was a very noisy gearbox, and you could really hear the gears. But over here, it's not bad as such. It's far well controlled, so you're driving, you don't really hear a lot of noise inside the cabin. What's not confidence inspiring are the brakes. On the CVT, you don't really get that bite what you get in a manual, so stopping power take longer to stop, but like I said, it could have been better. Otherwise, the steering, it's just how I spoke in manual. It feels a bit lifeless and not confidence inspiring around corners, so you gotta be a little careful there. Now the Magnite doesn't really get what you call a manual mode, so you get a sport mode. There's a button behind the gearbox, so you press, the sport mode comes on, and when you really want that bump in power, you can just press the sport mode and it delivers the performance like expected. You really want to make a quick overtake, that's where the sport mode can be used, but doesn't really work the way a manual mode would work, where you would really get that surge in power. And as expected, the CVT is best driven in a relaxed manner, and it can't really give you that enthusiastic speeding driving that we expect, so you got to be relaxed with it, and it performs much better. Talking about the back seat of the Magnite, it's comfortable enough. You can sit 3 abreast because you have this flat floor here, which is a great thing. Otherwise, 2 people over here will be very comfortable because armrest over here with a twin cup holder and a phone holder as well. Tie support on the other hand could have been better. It's a bit short on tie support for tall passengers, but otherwise I like this vinyl-like insert which I've said earlier, so you can rest your hand here. It doesn't really ache your hand on long drives. Headroom on the other hand is marginal. As you see, tall passengers, a bit of a squeeze, but otherwise okay. Shoulder room and other space otherwise is good, and I like that there are AC vents here, which are placed a bit high up so they channel air into your face, and you have a charging socket here as well. Shifting into reverse makes you realize one thing, is that the 60-degree camera works quite well. Many people have been saying that it doesn't really give good enough resolution. I don't really find it. Okay, maybe now the sun is falling on it, but the overall layout and the color difference doesn't really look out of place. It has a nice bright resolution, so you can see all around, and it's a nice addition into the Magnite as well. Talking about the suspension, it's on the stiffer side, so minor potholes when you're slow and all, you feel the bump inside, but otherwise it doesn't really get unsettled. As you see, it's soaking up the bumps and potholes quite easily, and it doesn't really throw you out. The potholes, it does get thrown out a bit, but the setup is stiff. If you go faster, it just glides over the potholes and gives you a smoother, much better ride as well. Talking about the design of the car, we will leave you the link to the walk around that we had done earlier, so you can hit there and have a look at the car in detail in our walk around in the description box below. That was the quick first drive of the Nissan Magnite. So what do we know? The turbo petrol manual is for enthusiastic driving, and it can really get up to triple-digit speeds quite easily. The CVT Auto is more for relaxed driving. It doesn't really build up speeds. It takes its own lazy time. But having said that, the Xtronic CVT is really calibrated well, much better than the other cars. Not really too noisy. The steering could have been better. It could have better feel when you're going around corners. It's not really confidence inspiring. Then the clutch and gearbox are a bit tricky, so they have kind of a tutti feeling. It's not entirely smooth, so could have been better. On the whole, the Magnite is a great car. The compact proportions allow you to really turn in and get out of maneuvering in traffic quite easily, so quite easy, so that's a great thing. And on the whole, we feel along with Nissan's killer price of 4,99,000 introductory prices, the Magnite is going to do well. And So that was a quick drive of the review. Summing up, the petrol manual is a great car, as we said, for the enthusiastic drivers, and the CVT is more for relaxed driving. So depends on which choice you have. So that's a quick review. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you like the quick first drive. Till then, this is Achilles Rodriguez signing off for MotoGoa.